people here have been living in these areas for thousands of years. This is a tough landscape, rough and tough and difficult landscape. It's difficult to do farming. You have elephants, you have various herbivores and everything. People living alongside tiger and elephant habitat are really poor people. And I think if they had the choice, they would leave. But they are here, so they end up living these kind of really difficult lives. When I go walking to do a marja, or what is called a marja here is an evaluation of a kill, and I walk with the local people, I'm just amazed at their amazing knowledge of the forest. They have identified every single tree. They know everything. So my God, if we need to save our forests and our wildlife, we need to depend on these people to do it. And if we mistreat them and don't give them their due, the forest can burn, and we can lose everything. So in my opinion, wildlife conservation and community participation goes hand in hand. I'm a wildlife artist, so to live by wildlife and be closely associated with wildlife, it was a dream from the time I was a child. So I bought this land against all odds in 1995. It was a barren piece of land. It was actually the forest department as an artist who started commissioning me to work, and I started doing all that. And in the year 2000, Dr. A.R. Pai started his free clinic here in my land. I gave him the place to start. And that was when the villagers started coming in for their primary health care. And it was actually sitting in this clinic that I began to realize that there was a tremendous amount of work that needed to be done, and nobody seemed to be working on the ground level with these people. They started asking me for help, please come, tigers killed my cow. So I would go with them and photograph the kills. I just waited and watched because I'm an artist, I'm not really a scientist. In those days, most wildlife people, all they thought about was eviction, get the villagers out of these areas. They should be relocated out and so on and so forth. And so I began to realize that, oh my God, there's so much of work that we need to do to help them. Without them, there would be no wildlife conservation, because the community aspect of wildlife conservation became really clear to me, and I began to realize the importance of it. So it was then in the year 2007 that I just said, I'm going to jump into this, because I did know that there was retaliation killing happening. And that's when I started putting the word round to people that please don't do anything. I'll help you. I'll give you the money. Because I'm an artist, I started designing stuff and started Temporary Designs, registered this little proprietorship company and started manufacturing my own things slowly. It was a very slow process, and the forest department helped me by giving me little places to sell, and I was able to make this sustainable. We started with 13 or 14 villages. We are more than 200 now, from Bandipur and Nagarhole, and in fact the vision is to expand and help more people. It's incredibly important to uplift people. My focus is on women because I'm a woman, and I think it's really important to focus on women. And it's very understated in our country. It's still a man's world out here, I'm very sorry to say. When a woman marries into a family that has land and they are farming, these women, they are working in the fields as free labor. They work hard under the hot sun, weeding, planting. They come home, they have to do all the housework. So it's really kind of like an indentured labor. My wish for them is to have a place where they are safe, they are able to earn, they can come at any time. If there's abuse in their homes, they can come and gather here. So basically the dream is to give independence to women, start a movement of women, and give them the power and the right to do it in this man's world and maybe change the whole way of thinking. The center is going to be called Belaku Kendra, which means the center of light. I'm a textile designer by degree, and I have been designing things for temporary designs and doing things to raise funds for the charity through my artwork and through designing. And I am now the trainer, so I decided that I would train myself. And I'm learning every day different things, and I'm imparting everything that I'm learning to them, and they're just absorbing it. I am starting a range of dog products, dog and cat products. For example, crocheted dog beds that are easy to maintain and can be thrown into a washing machine, leashes and collars, cat beds with jute yarn for the scratching purposes. We're now working with jute fiber to make bags, shopping bags, and which is, people need shopping bags so to get them out of using plastic and so on. So I'm teaching them how to make shopping bags and putting various wildlife trims on them so that it's incorporating in the wildlife around here also. And since we have a buyback scheme wherein they don't have to wait for the product to be sold, it is my duty to market the products and see that they are sold. That burden does not fall on the women. They make an item, I buy back from them immediately, so they have the money in hand. And there's a huge market. I have researched it. I have shops that are willing to keep our products in Bangalore. So it will work. I have no doubt about it. I have piloted this project, which is the training center, and I have started with a small group of women, of 5 women. It's growing every day, mind you, because women want to come and learn. And actually, they're having loads of fun also. And I think it's really good for them to get out of the house. And they are loving what they're learning. And they are actually learning fast. And I'm the trainer. I'm teaching them to also be trainers and to be able to sit and impart their knowledge to other women. And I want to actually start a whole chain reaction. More and more women in the village actually are interested in coming and learning. So I definitely need a bigger space, and this is an eco-sensitive zone, so there is no buildings permitted. I have this structure here, which was built many years ago, and this is what I want for my training center. We just have to put in some windows, make it snake-proof and bug-proof and, a safe place for the ladies to be. Put some furniture in, extend this roof a little bit, put a bench here so people can come and eat here if they wish. This will easily house about 20 women, 25 women, with me as the trainer. This could be a really happy, cheerful, light place that people we could all come and gather and learn.
ನಮ್ಮ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾರು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಐತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಓದಿಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಭಾರನೂ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಐತೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ನನ್ನ ಥರನೇ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಪಾಪ ಕಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕೋದು ಬೇಡ, ನನ್ನ ಥರನೇ 4-6 ಜನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ದ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಥರ ಕಷ್ಟ ಕೊಡೋವ್ರಿಗೂ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಪಾಪ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊಡೆಯೋರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಚೀಟ್ ಆಡೋರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಥರ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ. ಈಗ ಅವ್ರು ತಂದು ಹಾಕೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಾವು ದುಡಿತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನ ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ದುಡಿದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ತಂದು ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುಂತಾಳಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿರ್ತ. ಆ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಅಡಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಥರ ನಾವು ಒಂದೊಂದಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿತಾನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನನ್ನ ಥರನೇ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಪಾಪ ಕಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕೋದು ಬೇಡ, ನನ್ನ ಥರನೇ 4-6 ಜನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಒಟ್ಲು ಅವರು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಂತ ಬಂದು ಕಲಿಬೋದು. ಈಗಿನ ನಾಗರಿಕತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಲೇಡೀಸು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವ ಸಿಕ್ಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಗೌರವನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಮನೇಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಮನೇಲಿರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡು ಹೊಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಮೌಂಟು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರು ತರೋದು ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಮನೇಲಿದ್ದರೆ ಮನೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮಗಳದ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಸೆ ನನಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ನಮಗೆ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಳನ್ನ ಓದಿಸಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಸೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ಇದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ನಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು. ಯಾರೇ ಆಗಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಬೇರೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತು ನಾನು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಈ ಥರ ಕಲ್ತ್ನಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಕಲಿಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಅದು ಇತ್ತು. ಕಲ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೂ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಖುಷಿ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಗೋಡೆ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದು ಅದೇ ಕೆಲಸ, ದಿನೇ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಅದೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಹೊರ್ಗಡೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮರಿಬಾರ್ದು. ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ಇದಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮರಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫುಲ್ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇರ್ಬೋದು.
Giving financial empowerment to women will make their lives much easier. They can afford to buy things that will make their lives easier. For example, the gas connections in their house, decent boilers for their bath water, so they don't need to go and carry this heavy wood and be in areas where there are tigers, leopards, elephants, bear roaming and putting their lives in endangerment. Education of their children, decent clothing, good food, nutritious food on the table. They might be married to a person who drinks a lot, who is very abusive. This will give them the power to better their lives and to have a life of dignity. So the short-term impacts are going to be, of course, uplifting women and giving them financial strength and financial freedom, and just contribute to the home, to make it a healthier place to live. And also the impact on the whole village, the whole community is going to be a less burden on the men. The women are going to be more independent, and there will be a chain reaction which is going to have a positive impact through the whole village. The long-term visions for this project is lessening the dependency of people on the forest. I mean, they should be able to live in their homes without having a negative impact on the environment, because this is such a crucial wildlife habitat and it is part of the Nilgiri biosphere, and it's really the last stronghold for all our Asian species. Therefore, they're lessening their dependency on cattle. There'll be more grazing lands for the wild herbivores, and lessening the impact of farming also. So the lands will be a little more open and free. It's really important for me to be able to tell the people and the local populations that there is someone also on their side, because it's not people from outside who are going to come and save our forests. These are the people who have been here for thousands of years, who, if given an opportunity, can and actually will save our forests and all the species in it. But they need to know that there is somebody fighting for them too. The dream is to show people that we can conserve wildlife and preserve local communities, and they can live together in harmony as long as the humans have some source of income that is not dependent on forests. And I want to showcase this. I want other people to come in and learn from us and take it. Let us start a movement.